Our next session is Kristen Veal. Just like to give you a little bit of a rundown on Kristen's history. Kristen is the current head coach of the Basketball Australia Centre of Excellence Women's Program at the AIS in Canberra. Excuse me, I've got to put my glasses on. Can't see anything. As a player, she was a member of the Opals for over a decade. Kristen enjoyed a 20-year career in the WNBL, WNBA and in Europe. Kristen was drafted in the first round of the USA's WNBA 2001 draft and was the youngest player to ever play in the WNBA. Kristen moved into coaching in 2012 in Queensland, in the Queensland Basketball League, followed by coaching roles with the COE in 2014 and the Emerging Opals at the World University Games in 2015-2017. So welcome, Kristen, and look forward to your presentation.
Awesome, thanks Jodie, and thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure to be invited to these things, and like you guys invest a little bit in my coaching and come and listen to some great coaches beforehand. It does make you sound a little bit puffy, doesn't it? So we're going to talk about fast break play today, which is something that's I'm very passionate about. Played 20 years, and I thought it was just something that came naturally, and it just comes naturally to players. But then I realised after about 2 years of coaching that the reason it came naturally is because I was playing with Lauren Jackson. So it's made me have to rethink a little bit and have a play with how we actually teach fast break, and especially with young people especially. So I guess being on the clock, we won't talk too much. 3 focuses with fast break play is, with most things, is skill. So there's fast break skill. And to break that down, it's pass, catch, run, finish, and vision. The second focus is relationships. And we talk about this a lot with our girls, is relationships, which is something I don't think we talk about a lot in basketball. And it's something I think everyone understands. Everyone's in a relationship with their family, their brother, their sister, their friend, partner, whoever it might be. So we understand relationships, but we need to start talking about that in basketball a little bit more. And some of those relationships are things like passer and catcher capabilities. So is your teammate able to catch a ball that's all the way out here, or do they need it right on their chest? Can they catch it in closed space, or do they need a little bit more space? Do they have a high fear level, or are they super brave? Okay, that all matters. I was playing with, Sydney's a great example. I was playing with Sydney, and I've always had a propensity to kick it ahead, and would kick it ahead to players like Nat Porter and Renee Camino, and I got to a point where the ball was fumbling or going out of bounds, or they just weren't going for it. And I was thinking to myself, why aren't they, they're all right passes, why aren't they going after it? And it's because they were scared. They were scared. One had had a severe ankle injury and the other had an ACL. So they didn't want to go jump with a defender running at them to get that ball and finish. So I had to learn about the relationship with those players. Conversely, I also played with Michaela Dompkins and Michelle Musselwhite, now Cozier, who have no fear whatsoever. So I could throw, and Laura was a little bit like this until she got a bit older. You could throw, Penny was the same, you could throw any pass anywhere. It wouldn't matter if there's a brick wall in front of them, they would make an effort to get it. Awesome. But you had to learn who were those players. So relationships are really important. And the third focus is decision making, which is pretty common sense. Does anyone have any questions on that? Again, if anyone has any questions as we go, feel free to pipe in. So we'll kind of build up the 30 minutes with that. So we'll start with skill, some drills that we do to cover those skills, and then we'll get into a little bit of relationships and then finish with a bit of decision making. I think this is one thing, and I know I worked in Victoria for a year before going up to the COE, and I do know there are some major constraints down here with court availability and playing numbers and all that kind of stuff, and sometimes I'm not so sure if it's in the country area as it is with the metro, but sometimes you'll only have half a court for practice, and that's difficult. How do you practice fast break play in that? There are ways to do it. You start from half court, you bully your opposing team a little bit, or you join those groups together. The really good thing about fast break is you can make it adaptable to the levels. really, there's so much space, and if you've got kids that have a higher skill level, that's great. There's a higher expectation on them to be successful in the drills. If you've got kids that have a lower skill level than their opponents, that's also great, because now you're challenging them to come up. As long as you present it in a way that all of those kind of skill levels can be successful, and you're positive with it, they'll get the most out of it. And it can be you can do drills with 5, 6 players all the way up to 20 players. So feel free to combine that and get a full court. It's worth your while, because I'm sure not many of you guys get the opportunity to practice it much, and then there's this high expectation that we should just be good at fast break. Like anything else, we need to spend time on it. So we'll start with the skills, so focus 1. So let's grab, everyone can do this, so grab a ball and a partner. Okay, so those 4 skills that we spoke about, pass, catch, run, 5, finish and vision. We'll start with vision, okay? And it incorporates ball handling into it. So who's my 2 demos? Okay, so 1 ball. Okay, and people are always asking this, how do we practice vision? And we've started to play around with a couple of different drills. But I don't know. You've just got to find ways. There's some drills here that we're going to run today that I haven't run yet. And I think people always ask about that, is don't be afraid to make up stuff. If you've got an outcome that you want to achieve, try and construct a drill to suit that. Don't always go back to the old school playbooks and go, okay, let's just recite all those drills. If they're good, and I've got a list of them here for fast break, if they're good, then by all means put them in your training sessions. But if there's a specific outcome that your kids aren't getting, make up a drill to achieve that outcome, okay? So we need a defender in front. So the defender in front, focus is obviously this person with a vision, okay? We need this person, the ball handler, to be comfortable with their head up, seeing down the court with somebody on them. I'm sure most of you guys see this a lot. Yep, that their head's going to be down. And we teach our kids the same thing. Safety first, okay? You can't do anything if your team doesn't have the ball, all right? But we need to be able to get to a point where we can handle the ball and be able to have our head up. So you're going to keep that space the whole time. So you're not trying to steal the ball. You're going to stay 1 to 2 meters back the whole time. You're just trying to be a distraction, okay? And you're going to handle the ball, okay? So you can turn her a little bit. You're going to handle the ball, and I want you to be looking all the way up down the court, okay? So head up, yep, and use your imagination. All right. I know we have a lot of social media and Foxtel and Netflix, and there's no need to use this as much anymore, but use your imagination. So if I say use your imagination, what do you see? Okay, how many? 4 teammates. Yep. What else you see? You see a screen coming? Yeah, what else you see? An outlet pass. Anything else? Just playing 5 on 0 today? Cool. All right. Imagination. Yep. She sees something. That's right, and that's her imagination. As long as there's something there, okay? All right, off we go. Handle the ball. Good. Next 2 up. Same again. Use your imagination. See up the court. Handle the ball. Lots of different moves. Head up the whole time. Next 2. Everyone, multi-skilled athletes. Everyone can do this. Good. Try and turn them. If you're not getting turned, turn yourself. Eyes up. Good. Great. Good. Same thing on the way back. Okay? And now if you feel like you're getting that, great. If not, add something to it, okay? And I know you've probably done this a lot in your ball handling drills, is put a coach down here, and I'm going to hold fingers up. You got to call it out. Make sense? You see 3, you call. Cool. All right, here we go. Call them out. Screen. Good. All right. And it may seem quite simple, but as soon as you get in the game, who trumps? Especially at juniors, who trumps? Offense or defense? What'd you say? You said offense? Defense. Defense absolutely trumps, okay, unless you've got a good ball handler, okay? And they know that, so they're going to get up in pressure, okay? So we need to get comfortable, all right? And that's one, if they're at space. And generally for fast breaking, that's normally what you'll get. You either get the defense kind of back here, or you get them way up in here, which is great. If they're way up here, absolutely, okay? Shimmy in one way, cut them back the other way, now you've got a free court to look at, okay? So vision, that's where we started with. Okay, so great. So let's grab teams of 3, one ball, play here. How strong are we? Full court passes, 3/4 court, half court. What are you feeling like? Let's split the middle, let's go 3/4 court. So where that yellow line is, let's get another player. One down here, ball with the teammate, and our person in the middle. So you guys are going to set up the same. Off you go. 3, and let's get one more group. One more group. Okay. So second skill, passing. All right. Lost art form is a kick ahead pass. All right. So we're going to do this pretty quickly. All right. And I love this drill. This one came from one of my ABA coaches back in SA. Is you're going to come in, you're going to touch the ball. All right. You're going to turn. Doesn't matter which way you turn. Turn. You're going to get your head on your shoulder. You're going to pop it up over top, okay? So pop it up over top. I'm going to catch it in the air, all right? And this is another way here. We're talking about passes is deft touch, all right? So just throwing it out there is not really practicing a pass here, okay? What you want to do is be able to lollipop it into their bread basket, so now they can run onto it, okay? So you're going to touch it, turn, comes up, try and catch it in the air. I can't run that fast. Catch it in the air, all right? On the first one, you can take one hard dribble, all right? One hard speed dribble, and now we're going to go kick ahead pass, hard flat on the money to the next person. You're going to run down, chase it, tap it, get the same thing on the way back. Make sense? All right, how are those hamstrings? If I say go 100%, are you going to tear a hamstring? Let's go 80%. All right, first to 4. So 1 pass, 2 pass, 3, 4. Ready? Go. Good. Try and knock your receiver off. Try and knock your receiver off. Straight through the chest. Good. Catch it in the air. Straight through the chest. First team back. Good job. Middle line. Change over. Let's go one more. First to 4. So 1 win to the middle, guys. 2 hands if you can. Yeah, 2 hands if you can. Grab it, pound it. Working on our passing. Trying to drive straight through their chest. Ready? Go. Good. Ooh. Did you slow up at the end then? You got cool at the end? Just got the win. All right, and what you want to do is try and extend this to the full court. Okay, we're doing this for demo's sake, but this is what's going to happen. If you make it too easy, yep, so I said 1 dribble, you make it too easy, they'll naturally progress themselves. What was the progression? No dribble. Great, and that's great. When you see that from an athlete, and athletes will tell you how to coach, when you see that from an athlete, let's get out of the 3/4 court, let's push it to the full court. Yeah, now they can either have the dribble, and then they progress it to no dribble. And if you can get a guard that can pass 3/4 of the court, then you've got ability to play a fast break game and accurate. Okay, bring it into the half court. The other thing we like to practice with passing is dexterity. So let's get our third person. So you run up that end. You guys run up that end. Okay, let's get our third person. So we need to be able to practice ball down this end. We need to be able to practice both sides of the body, okay? And especially, and we find this too, is that a lot of young, smaller females practice passing like that because it's the only way they can get it up, okay? So we've got Shyla Heelan at the moment, and so she's great. We come down the right side, and she can hoik that up the right side, no drama. We put her on the left side, and she's like, her mind is blown. She's like, and now she's trying to make passes like that, yeah? Which if you've got a long defender on you, it's just going to get tipped, okay? So if we can avoid that and have some kind of, and that's fine. It is what it is. So now she has to make these kind of left-hand baseball passes, which is fine. Okay, she's going to adapt. There's no drama with that. But if we can get them at an early age to be able to do that, as well as they can do that, then we're good. Okay, so now you're going to tap it. Sorry, not going to tap it. You're just going to grab it. Right hand down this end, left hand up that end. One dribble, and now you're going to whip it out. You can have a second hand if you want, but it's an outside body pass. So grab it. One dribble, outside body pass. Good. Go up, get it. Left hand on the way back. Left hand on the way back. Good. All right, ready? First to 4. Cheat. Go. Good. Take it out of the hands. Good. Change over. Okay. So let's be attention to detail too, is you'll start to get this. And I'm not sure if Jazz Shelley is in the audience yet. But I've seen her do this, is here you go. Like they naturally cheat, which is great. So we just call it competitiveness. But what we want to do is, because everything kind of links to something else, when we run handoffs, how often do we have turnovers like, you take it, no, you take it, yeah? All right, so we want to go grab it, take it out of the hands, and then kick it on, all right? Here we go, last one. Good. Hard, flat passes, fire them through. You only get 4 passes, so make them perfect. Beautiful, good. Nice job, guys. Hard, flat, accurate, good job. All right, so passing, okay? Then we move on to catching. And again, just make up drills. So let's, in the corner here, yeah, we need a line here, we need a line in that corner down there, and a line on the block. So again, kick ahead passing drills. And the good thing is if you've got lots of players, this one keeps them pretty active, so we're probably going to need a couple more down there. Again, I don't spend a lot of time on rotations of drills. I let the players figure that out. Normally, you'll run through a drill and then you'll have to stop it. They'll sort out the rotations because they know the best rotations. Once they've been through it a couple of reps, they feel what's the best rotation. So let's ball here. Okay, so now we're trying to combine everything in. So first player up here. So you're just going to chuck it off the backboard. Okay, you're going to outlet to, so you're going to pass it to the corner. Good. Now you're going to run onto it, get it back, kick it ahead, no dribble, to the corner, get it back, lay it up. Good. Come in, to the corner, get it back, kick ahead. Good. All right. So that's the drill, okay? And the really good thing is you can do this both sides and you can make it competitive, just like kind of like a cycling race, like the pursuit kind of thing. All right. So we're going to go for 30 seconds. We're going to see how many layups we can make in 30 seconds. You ready? Go. Good. On the money, hard, flat, as quick as you can. It's all about tempo. Take it out of the basket, whip it. Don't have to throw it up, just take it out. That's all right? Good. Be ready, out of the basket. Good, coordination, outside hand. Job, Maddie. 15 seconds. Let's finish up this end. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Great job. All right. And with a group this size, obviously we probably would have gone 2 sides. But what was good about that we didn't actually talk about, that they just naturally evolved to, because we wanted the outcome to be quick, hard, flat, fast break finishes. What did they start doing in that we didn't talk about? Yep. And you'll normally find that if you challenge them, they'll put in stuff that needs to be done. That was pass and catch. Let's have everyone up here. Okay, so the last skill was finishing. Okay. So what we're going to start with is just the down the line kick ahead pass. So we're going to have offense under the basket. So in our skill, you can absolutely put dummy D on there, but for now we're just showing them without D. Okay, let's get our offensive outlet player around about the yellow line. Okay, so you're going to throw it off the basket. You're going to take 1 or 2 hard dribbles out. You're going to fly the lane. Yep. You're going to make a kick ahead pass with the outside hand. Okay. And you're going to finish against contact. Okay. And this is something Claudia did really well in her presentation was she put her, so we're trying to establish physicality with our girls, and it's tough. Do you like getting hit? Do you like hitting? No, not yet. You will. But the best way to start with that is, would you rather hit me, or would you rather hit your teammate? Right. Would you rather hit a pad, or would you rather hit your teammate? Yeah. So that's where we start with physicality, is let them hit a coach. They feel, I don't know where it happened, but they feel like we're strong and maybe we should take that as a compliment, or maybe they just get mad at us. And it's their opportunity to beat us up. So we put a lot of drills in where we've got a pad and they can just unleash. And they embrace the physicality and then they take it on to each other and they understand that it's just the norm and start to enjoy it, okay? So that's what Claudia did really well, was that she put herself in that position. So that's going to get the kids to kind of enjoy it and buy into it. Like every kid wants to hit a coach, okay? So same thing, you're going to come back and you can finish. So creative freedom is yours. You can finish right. You can take it across to the other side. You can go power over the top, but I'm going to hit you, all right? And you are going to go as fast as you can. Fast as you can. So timing. Good. Next group. Can you take some balls down as well? Next group. All right, so already we're starting to move into relationships, okay? So our runner needs to time it, all right? No point catching it down here, all right? We need to time it so you don't want to break too early, and you need to decide whether you take 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, no dribbles, okay? So now you start working on the relationships. Here we go. Good, stay wide. Good, that's all right. And we said this to them before, is it doesn't need to be perfect. You just need to do it hard and fast, and execution will catch up. All right, here we go. Roll them over. As soon as they're gone, next one up. Nice, good. Good, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Well, you got scared, didn't you? I saw you look. Good. Go at the D. Great job. Good try. Nice. Way to brace yourself. All right, hold up. Good, swap sides. Firm believer, anything you do on your right, you have to do on your left. All right, same thing. Again, don't be perfect. Use your left hand, outside hand. Get up. Good. Nice. Good timing. Good finish. Good, Maddie. Good. Nice. Good. Last one. Good. All right, hold up. All right, when we start to talk about, and we're going to move into relationships now, what's one thing that I would correct on that? What do you think? In terms of the receiver. What's that? What's that? Calling out for it? Yeah, that's the start of relationships. What else? Yep. Voice, hands, signals. The other thing about relationships, especially in fast break play, is spacing. Okay? You probably saw them starting to creep in a little bit like this. Is that the wider you stay, the more distance the defense has to cover. All right? It's a simple mathematical equation. So if I stay wide like this, now my defender has to make a decision to come all the way in here and cheat, throw it out, or stay all the way out here and allow my point guard or guard, whoever it might be, a lane to the basket. All right? So it's a mathematical equation. But we come in here, and the higher levels you get, or the bigger you get, when the girls can cover more distance because they're bigger and longer and quicker, that becomes a real shutdown for a fast break play. Good. So then we start to move into relationships. Okay, so let's get a defender in here, an offensive player on the halfway. Great. Okay, so now we have to start to figure out what our teammates are like. All right, what's my capability? What's my teammates' capability? And how are we going to make it happen based on this defender here? Okay, so in fast break, there's two things that you can do. You can motor the ball up. So if this defender decides to take it across there, and that happened a lot in my career, because I wanted to pass it, so it became a little bit predictable. I wanted to pass it, so defense would start to clog that off, right? Which now means that this handler has to bring it up, or they have to cross it over and look down the other lane. Or they can squeeze back in here, which a lot will do, because we have become quite dominant in moving the ball up through the middle, through the point guard, is that they'll stick in here and try and cram that because we don't kick the ball ahead enough anymore, okay? So you've got two options, all right? You're going to turn, you're going to look, and you can clear space, all right? So you can take one hard dribble out, head on the shoulder. Yeah, so what we'll do is just bounce it off the backboard, okay? And you can bounce it off hard, that's fine. From here, there's got to be a certain kind of awareness of who might be around you, okay? It's hard in a drill like this because there is no one around you. But as you're grabbing it, you're going to rip it in, secure that ball. Now your head is turning at the same time that your body's turning, okay? And by all means, if you have the ability to turn and there's nobody there and you can kick it, go ahead. If that's your capability, do that. If not, you want to kind of clear space because that's going to create a little bit of an angle. So we'll try and work through the seams. Don't get all the way out there because the angle gets bad. Just try and work through the seams, but that might get a little bit of space from any defender. And now you've got the option to kick it ahead or motor it up, okay? You're going to play defense, all right? So we're working on relationships, okay? You can do whatever you want. You guys are trying to score off either you or you. So there's only one pass. All right, you ready? Off you go. Good. Next group up. All right, so what are we trying, guys, what are we trying to work on? So relationships. Why do you think this person here isn't able to pass it? Head all the way down there. So, what's your name? Danny? So Danny, jump down below the white line. Yeah, so somewhere on the wing. Okay. Do you feel comfortable making that pass off one dribble? Okay. That's why they're not passing it. Okay? So that's where we come into relationships. Who's a wing here? Roughly. Who plays on the wing at times? Okay, most of you. All right. Who wants the guard to pass you the ball? Yes, you want them to pass you the ball, okay? How many times do you think you get it? More than not? Yeah, you play some good guards then, okay? It's a relationship. So we go, everyone gets mad at this person. Kick it ahead, get your eyes up, throw the ball up. Everyone gets mad at that person, okay? They're under pressure, all right? But this person here is running down here way too early, not understanding the relationship that she doesn't have the capabilities to pass that. Okay, so I need to stay here a little bit longer, all right? Maybe I even need to come back to the ball, yeah? There's so many things that you can do, but you've got to start to work out the relationship because we want to kick the ball ahead, okay? Because that's the advantage. Yeah, and that's the other part with that relationship is the chicken or the egg. If this person doesn't want it, this person's not going to pass it, all right? And then this person starts coming up the court and they start blaming this person, yeah? But this person's not going to pass it if this person doesn't want it. So it's like, whose fault is it? All right? So that's where we've got to get on the same page, and you've got to help them out. All right? So understand each other's capabilities and use your voice. Let them know what you need. All right, here we go. Good. All right, good. Couple more. Who's up? So defense, your first movement. Your first movement is going to be along the white line out. All right, here we go. Good. Last one. Good. And even though we're working on the kick ahead, what was good about that in terms of relationships? Talk was good. What did we understand about each other's capabilities and that? Yep. And both ways. So, what's your name? Erin? So Erin realised that, and she was like, I'm going to handle the ball up because I'm not going to put Maddie in a crap situation. And what did Maddie do? Maddie went to the block. She went to a space where she can actually be super effective. So that's good relationships. And now we could do the same drill, and let's have a quick look at it. So let's get this line over here, because this is something we don't, you guys stay on that side. This is something we don't do really well. And it is hard, because there's a lot going on when you do this. So let's get our defender in here and our offensive player on the perimeter. Okay, so sometimes the ball goes up. Yep, you turn out that way. Okay, and that person is locked off. So they're choked off the defensive transition. They've choked off down the line. Not you. Choked off down the line, so that's not on anymore. Okay, and then all of a sudden we're like, okay, let's walk it up and play 24-second. Boring. All right. There's still options, okay? We could still have the big rim running, so we could still get a little bit wider, and now we can explore that big, all right? That takes practice, but it's definitely there. Or we could put a move on this person, because remember, they're going to be like, excellent, okay? And generally, defense at junior ages feels like they've got an advantage, so they'll start to bite in, they'll try and steal the ball. Perfect, and we're comfortable handling the ball, right? So we just cut them back here, and now we can take 1 or 2 dribbles to get close to the center line. Try not to pass it across the center line, as that's when we start to get a few turnovers. Try and get as close to the center line as you can, and now we're looking for a kick ahead pass down the opposite side. All right, let's have a quick look at those. Good. Let's go a couple more. Defense, I want you to attack either this person here or the perimeter or the receiver. I want you to be attacking, not matching speed. Attack. There we go. Good. Hold up. Good. You two back here. Hold up. Back here quickly. So, other Maddie. Maddie. Good. And where was our defense? Defense was here. Okay. So this is another thing that we're going to start to understand as a receiver. Now, if you've bit at that a little bit, which is great, because you've obviously drawn the defense. Now we start to understand as a receiver, you have an advantage. Okay, so where do you think you should go? Yeah, absolutely. So the ball's up there. You start to see that. Now tuck in there, get on the rim. Just like Claudia when she's saying post seals, all of a sudden that angle, when we're holding up like that, that angle allows us to get that space. But we stay out here and you can recover. Yep. Okay, so relationships on both ends of the ball. Go one more. Awesome. All right, and then we just build it up. So let's go offense over there, defense in here, offense over there. Offense and defense here. So again, still relationships, but a little bit of decision making. Okay, defense in the middle. Okay, so the ball's going to go up. You're going to guard the ball. Again, comfortable under pressure, all right? Turn either way, doesn't matter. Yep, turn either way, head up, vision, and now you're going to see if you can kick the ball ahead to either side. So if you turn out that way, you may be able to kick down the line, or Liv may have choked that off. She may have led to that. She may not even be there. So you can make a decision. Am I going to squeeze that, or am I going to see that she's committed? Am I going to come back here and throw to the open person? All right, let's try this. You turn out either side. Okay, what we're trying to look for is early fast break layups, okay? So what they're tending to do is come down and play 3-on-2, okay? Which is what we do a lot of, so it's understandable. But what I want you guys to play around with is explode out and move the ball and explore what can happen, okay? If that means Maddie's going to handle it from the perimeter, you know, and either draw the D or take a pull-up 3, that's okay, all right? Because you guys are at an age where you need to explore what you can do in fast break play. All right, let's try it. Bust out. Let it go. Good. Good. Set up. Next one. That's what we're looking for. Try things. Try new things. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go another one. Be brave. Capabilities? Excellent. Good. And you've probably all heard this before. Pass or dribble is quicker? Pass. Okay? But what do you think they feel most comfortable doing? Dribbling. Okay? So encourage them to pass and then reward them for that. Okay? They need to build the confidence, therefore, to do it regularly. Okay? Here we go. Good. All right. Last thing with fast break play is, do you think you're better served being aggressive or passive? Aggressive? Yeah. Better served being overconfident or underconfident? Yeah. It's bizarre, isn't it? Yeah. Fortune favors the brave. Okay? So really for the last 30 seconds is all out. Be aggressive. Okay? And that might be aggressive with the ball. It might be aggressive with the pass. It might be aggressive on the catch. All right? Here we go. Last one. Beautiful. Good. Hold up. Maddie, come back here. Hold up. Maddie, come back here. Where was Maddie? Where was everyone else when Maddie? Sorry, other Maddie. Sorry. Back here? Yep. All right. Where was everyone else? Honestly, where was the defense? They always do this. Like, oh, I was over there. No, you weren't. Okay. Brave or not brave? Really? Yeah? Good. Good. And that's fine. So ball comes back here, all right? So you were up there, you're out here a little bit, you're in two minds. That's fine, okay? So, and people are going to know their capabilities and think, well, no, that's not a good decision. But what else did you fake? You faked the pass and didn't throw it. Okay, why didn't you throw it? Wasn't sure. So when you err on that side, when we're doing a drill like this, do it anyway. Yeah? Do it anyway. Trust yourself. Because if you throw that, the feedback and the information you're going to get from that is way more than if you don't. Okay? So you throw that and you get a turnover, then all of a sudden you go, well, maybe I should shoot the three. Or maybe you go, well, maybe I should have thrown it up a little bit more. Or I should have faked up here and passed down to there. Or I should have taken one dribble, faked to pull up Jay, because she definitely would have come on and pull up Jay. And then dump it over, all right? But you get the feedback. You absolutely get more feedback by trying than not trying. All right, let's go one last one. Be brave. Be aggressive. Get on it. Great job. Excellent. Good decision. Aggressive. Tick, tick. Great job. All right, thanks, guys. Hey, guys, can I just say one last thing? I know Jody said there's no time for anything else. Just with fast break drills, and I can send this through to Megan, but I just wrote down at least 15 of the old school ones: Tennessee, Jacobs, 3-man weave back to 2-on-1, 5-man weave, 7-man weave, 11-point drill, kick ahead passing drills, you know, all those kind of different things. There's a bunch of them, so there's plenty of resources out there. And the last thing I wanted to say is, this is a women in sport coaching clinic, and you guys are investing in your careers as coaches, or in your daughters' careers as basketball players, or whatever it might be, is that you're doing the work and you've got the knowledge and you're getting the experience. So put your hands up for jobs and back yourselves. And it's coming from a place that I've been there too, is I have, you know, as female coaches, I'm not sure if men have the same thing, but there's a little bit of anxiousness around, are we good enough? Okay, and the only way you can kind of get around that is put your hands up, accept coaching positions, and then take those opportunities. And I had a good friend say to me, when I walked away from one of these, I think when I first moved up to the COE, I said, oh God, I feel like everyone's super critical and I don't know if I did a good job and I don't know if I presented well and all that kind of stuff. And he just turned around and said, well, did you provide a positive experience for the players? I was like, yeah. Yeah, he said, that's all that matters. If you're creating a positive experience, a positive basketball experience, or a positive life experience for your players, then that's a massive tick, and that's all you need to be doing. And if you're doing that, then ignore the critics, including yourself. So.
Thanks, Kristen. Some good words there.